Let me read question number 13 for you guys, and let's see how can we understand this question. We have, okay, it says 3 of the 4 numbers have a sum of 22. If the average of the 4 numbers is 8, what is the 4th number? So in this case, let me circle some of the keywords. First, we need to understand what does the word average mean. Okay, we need to understand what does the word average mean. So let me give you guys an example on the side first. So just an example. This example is going to help us to understand what's going on right here. Let's say I have 3 people, first person, second person, and the third person. Let's say the first person has $10, and the second person has $5, and the third person has $12. And on average, how much money do they have? Right? What's the average of money that they have for each person? So to calculate the average of these 3 numbers, let me run through the procedure. What we're going to do is you add the top first, which you have the 10 plus 5 plus 12. So you add the top first, and then we're going to divide by 3. So let me just write it down like that first. Okay, so add at the top first. 10 plus 5 is 15. 15 plus 12 is a sum of 27. We have a 27 over 3. And 27 divided by 3, and we know that's equal to 9. So we can say the average that they have is $9 per person. So let me summarize this, that how to find average. So to find average, what we did first is you add up all the values. So let me write that down. You add up all the values. And then divide by how many numbers there are. So that's how we find average. You add up all the values, 10 plus 5 plus 12. You do that first, and then divide, which is like over. Divide by how many numbers there are, right? How many persons there are. Same idea. Okay, so let's get back to this question. So notice that we actually have 4 numbers. And I have no idea what those numbers are though, unfortunately. So let me kind of just, let's try to understand this idea. So let me draw some like a blank spots. So this represents my first number, second number, third number, and my 4th number. But I don't know. I don't know what's my first number. Let me put 2 question marks. Because I don't know what's the second number. And then I also don't know what's the third number. And somehow we are trying to find out what's the 4th number. Right? This is the 4th number. Let's see how can we do that with the information that they have. It says if the average of the 4 numbers is 8. So altogether, all this, right? If you find the average of these 4 numbers, then you should come up with 8. So let's use the idea that we just talked about right here. Let's just talk about how to find average first. So, average. What we're going to do first is you add up all these numbers, right? So let me write this as the first question mark plus the double question mark for the second number because I don't know what it is, plus the triple question mark, and then plus the 4th number, which is my red question mark. All this divide by 4 because there are 4 numbers. Right? Divide by how many numbers there are. Okay, we know the average of the four number is equal to 8. So we know the average has to be equal to 8. Right? And then there's actually one piece of the information that we haven't used yet. It's the first one. It says that there are four numbers have a sum, three of the four numbers have a sum of 22. We can just say that these three numbers together, they add up to 22, right? The word sum means you add, okay, to add. So let's say these three numbers, it tells us that three of these numbers, when you add them up together, you get 22. And that's very important right here. So all this turns out to be 22. So 22 plus the fourth number, my question mark in red, and then divide by 4. I want to make sure this will turn out to be equal to 8. So you can ask yourself, 22 plus what divided by 4? It's equal to 8. Right? 22 divided by what? And 22 plus what divided by 4 is equal to 8. Okay? One way to do this question is to take the advantage of the answer choices, right? So what we can do is we can check choice A, B, C, and D. We can plug in these numbers into the red question mark to see if this will work out perfectly or not. So let me see if I have enough space here. I'll just do a check. Choice A. So choice A is the number 4. So I'm going to plug in the number 4 into the question mark and to see if that will work out correct or not. So is 8, you put question mark at the moment, is 8 equals to 22 plus 4 over 4? 22 plus this red 4 is 26. So you get 26 over 4. But 26 divided by 4, is that equal to 8? No. Right? If you would like to know 26, I should put the equal sign instead. 26 divided by 4, it's 5.5. So it doesn't work. So we can just try another numbers, right? Try another choices. But I know that choice A is not the answer for now. And you can just try choice B, and we can just do that real quick. So if you plug in 6 into the red question mark, okay? So let's work this out. 22 plus 6 is 28. 28 divided by 4, it should be 7. But that's not equal to 8, right? And you can do the same for choice C. 22 plus 8 is 30. 30 divided by 4, it's again not equal to 8. The correct answer is choice D. But let me just kind of verify it. Check choice D. Choice D, sorry. Yeah, choice D, which is the number 10. And then I have 8, it's not equal to 22 plus 10 over 4. 22 plus 10 is 32. 32 over 4, which means 32 divided by 4, which is equal to 8. So it checks. So therefore, the correct answer is 10. Okay, the correct answer is choice D. So if you fill in the last number with 10, the average right here will be 8. The average of these four numbers will be 8. Yes.